What's going on? It's the Gamer Buff, a weekly rundown of gamer news. I'm Jefferson Carps with the Gamer Buff, Dove Larson in the house. What's up, Dovey?
Not much. How are you doing, Carps?
Doing fantastic. Listen, guys, thanks for being here. Hey, Tencent, Nintendo Switch 2, the mess that is the Suicide Squad. It's all coming up. It's all coming up on this episode of the Gamer Buff. Finally, Dove, this is where I'm going to start. Finally, Nintendo has announced the successor to the Nintendo Switch.
Finally, yeah. Well, big rollout for let's wait for it. The Switch 2. That was the big reveal. They're putting a number behind the Switch.
Yeah, we've been dying to know what this thing is going to be called. The second Switch. It's going to be called the Switch 2.
Yeah, that's
That's powerful boardroom stuff right there. That's decisions happening in places that we will never be smart enough to even have a seat at.
No. That's elite level thinking that we're just not.
Right.
We're not a part
But this is great. We know about it. The Switch 2. I want you to tell me about a potential release date. I want to hear about a price. I want to hear, just tell me all the cool, sexy new things about the Switch 2 and some games, maybe some new games. And is it compatible? I mean, is it backwards compatible?
Well,
I don't know.
Let's start out right there, because that's some of the few facts that we have. Now, if you've seen the launch trailer, we'll probably be throwing some of that footage in front of us right now. It's a new, sleek version of the old Switch. It looks nicer, a little bigger, all black.
Oh.
Are you going to be doing that the whole thing?
Sorry.
Yeah, it looks a little more modern. It's updated. They haven't given any of the full hardware, but I believe we're going with 7 inches. Yeah, okay. We're going with magnets for the attachable Joy-Cons on the side.
See, that's interesting.
Yeah, instead of the slide track, they're going with magnets, which, I always thought was bad for electronics, but what the hell do I know?
They're Nintendo. They know what they're doing. The boardroom, remember?
Yeah, Switch 2. You're right. So we got that confirmed. We also, we do have a confirmation that it's going to be backwards compatible for most Switch games. There's no definitive, like they haven't said which games aren't, which games are. But
best
usually,
guess.
I'm going to say most of the main Nintendo ports, like they're going to go with first party publishers, things like that are definitely like the in-house stuff. Anything that doesn't require a server that's down, anything like that's going to be able to go up. But you might lose some of those third-party ones. Some maybe indie games might not work on there. But we'll see. Let's wait. We'll find out. But at least for the majority of your games, if you invested in Switch games, they're going to be working on the Switch 2, so you don't have to go rebuy Stardew Valley. Hopefully,
right?
My wife plays that constantly, so that better freak.
Right? You would think. You would assume. All right. When is this happening? Do we have a release date?
We don't have a release date other than 2025. They're going to be talking about more about it during the Nintendo Direct. That's coming April 2nd of this year, obviously. And that's probably when we're going to get an official release date. But again, nothing official. If I had to guess, this is rumor. I'm going to go with this summer. That's what a lot of the insiders are saying, because they want to get that buzz going before the Christmas and holiday season hits, and everyone wants that console. So summer is usually a really good release point for consoles.
So the Nintendo Switch 2, you're thinking summer 2025. That's not that far away, folks.
No, hopefully spring. But
so I'm really excited, but what's this going to cost me?
All right, we're back in the rumor mill. We've had a couple different information nuggets slip out. Most recently, we saw that there was a posting on a Best Buy website that listed it at $349. It's been taken down, but it was up there briefly.
Okay.
That's in line kind of with like the most recent Switch OLED, like the best form of Switch that you can get right now. So, that kind of makes sense. But there's also some rumors that it could be upwards of $500 for the whole console. And that's coming from a Dutch website, and some other leakers have also hinted around $449 with no game and around $500 with one game.
Oh, the Dutch. What do they know? Rick
They know how to fly.
It's going to cost.
They know how to fly.
The Flying Dutchman, sure. Listen, so probably about 450, $500 with a bundle.
Yep, that's the high estimate.
That's what you're thinking. Well, is it worth it? What can I expect in that bundle? This game comes out, or this console comes out, the Switch 2 comes out. You know there's going to be a bundle. You know there's going to be a new game. What are they going to feature?
Well, so far in the commercials, they've shown footage of a Mario Kart game. So that's what everyone's guessing is going to be in the first bundle. That's what they're pushing right away with the commercials. So cool. Mario Kart 9, rebooted Mario Kart. I don't know. But I think that's going to be Mario Kart coming out.
A new Mario Kart. That's what I'm hoping. It's so cool.
I love the last one. I finally got to like sink my teeth into it. They have an Excite Bike level that is out of this goddamn world. I've replayed it like 1,000 times. I love it.
Oh man, Excite Bike.
Yeah. So
all right, so this is great. So this is what we've learned from the Gamer Buff Dove Larson. We can expect Nintendo Switch 2 to be out this summer 2025. It's going to cost you around $400 to $500, probably closer to $500 if you get the bundle. And the bundle is going to come with a brand new Mario Kart game.
Yep. Those last parts are all rumor mill.
No, stand by it. That's the truth, and that's what's happening, folks. You heard it here first on the Gamer Buff podcast. Dove, what the hell did this Suicide Squad garbage do to Arkham vs. Batman?
Well, like we said, I think the main news we got to take away from what's going on is people are still playing Suicide Squad.
All right, somebody had to be one or two dudes. Had to be like cuddled up in Ma's basement on one of them old beanbag chairs, and they finally got to the end. And there's that cutaway. And what did we learn?
Well, we found out, and there have been hints throughout the game that most of the Justice League members who were murdered for all intents and purposes in the game, were just body doubles from Brainiac. So they're alive, except for Wonder Woman and Robin.
Yeah, Wonder Woman is actually dead, but has a statue in the city.
Yeah,
Robin, nice. No. I think they just stuffed him in a mailbox because who cares? You know what I mean?
Right. But so like that's the big reveal is that Batman, the original Batman, our Arkham Knight Batman, it's still out there. I mean, it's not going to be voiced by Kevin Conroy, unfortunately, but we'll get some Batman Arkham hopefully in the future. The series might not be dead. That's what we got to take away from this. We thought it was with how they brutally and just like unceremoniously took down Batman, and that was Conroy's final recorded piece of work. So it kind of stunk, like a lot of fans left and were like, what the hell was that? So it's cool at least that Batman might live on in some degree. We don't know. There's nothing like really officially said, but that was what they wanted to do, and luckily Batman's alive, baby.
Yeah, okay. So this Suicide Squad kill the Justice League garbage was an absolute mess.
It was bad.
Just a terrible, terrible thing that happened. And, I got to tell you, Rocksteady Games, dude, we better hope that Arkham Batman makes a return, because get back to what you do well.
Absolutely.
And do it well again.
And
they took a big swing. I'm sorry, but they took a big, mighty hack at it.
Yeah.
And they went down swinging. This is terrible.
Absolutely. I mean, it's been reported that they invested around just under $500 million to make Suicide Squad, and I don't know if they made over $100 million back after everything. And that's a guess. Like, I know they didn't make their money back, but I think they swung and missed big. So
Suicide Squad
returning to Batman has to be their next move, dude. Like, that's something people love. It's one of the best superhero video game series of all time. And I think you have to return to that if you're Rocksteady, if you want to right the ship. And
yes, true. You do have to, and that's what the people want. Give us what we want. We want the Bat.
Yeah, man.
We want Batman.
I want the Bat, baby.
All right, so at least it's over, right? I mean, Suicide Squad.
I mean,
That's like company suicide is what that game was. It's
I mean,
terrible.
like I can't believe they kept going. I mean, to their credit, they kept updating it for the 4 or 5 people still playing. So
well, when you
bless
spend
their heart.
when you spend $500 million on a project, you might as well see it through.
Damn right.
Right. All right, Dov. We've talked a lot on this program about Chinese megacorp Tencent and their potential buyout of the struggling Ubisoft.
Yep.
But Tencent is now making news for a much different reason. What's happening?
Well, the U.S. Department of Defense is flagging them as a business to not work with. Basically, blacklisting Tencent in America. Tencent is, understandably not happy, and they're trying to get this overturned or appealed, or however you want to say it. But
they want to get their company reclassified, and they're trying to do it by appeal.
Yeah,
and legal. They're talking legal action here.
Going after the Department of Defense. I don't know how that's going to work.
Yeah,
I'm not a lawyer. I don't pretend to be.
I don't get any of that. I mean, I don't know how a Chinese company tries to take the U.S. Department of Defense to court. I don't know. We don't even need to get into it.
They got money. They got lawyers. If anyone can, Tencent can. But we're a huge part of their market, so they're gonna fight tooth and nail to get reclassified. And we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Maybe they got some bad information, either party. So we'll wait and see. But if that merger or the buyout goes through for Tencent and Ubisoft, I'm scared of what that might mean. Not just for the series of Assassin's Creed, but all their games like Far Cry. I mean, like you might not be able to play the Ubisoft games in the future if this isn't overturned or if this isn't changed. Like, look at what's going on with TikTok right now. They're banning that. It's very similar. It's got all the hallmarks of what's going on with TikTok. So are they going to ban Tencent next? Is that the next thing that's going to get banned? And how is that going to affect our games if they buy Ubisoft?
You banned. I mean, yeah, Ubisoft and so many other things.
Oh yeah,
right?
they own
like
League of Legends, huge game.
Drop a few
Pokemon
of them. I mean,
game.
Pokemon.
I mean, like if League of Legends itself has a huge esports following, so like to label that as something that you can't play in the United States. I mean, it's on the Microsoft store, I believe. So like, we'll see what's going on, man. Like that's a big move. And those are so many games. Tencent just owns so many IPs.
That one would be crushing because of the online. It's literally a League of Legends.
A league of the League of Legends. Yeah. There's a lot of that going on.
I guess we'll keep an eye on it, but this would, I don't know, would this squash any potential buyout? I have no idea. I just know that let the research and the courts and the politics and all that do what they do and really find out what's going on. Is Tencent just a legitimate company, or do they have ties to the Chinese military? I don't know. I'm too dumb to try and figure it all out. I don't even want to get into it, but it's definitely something to keep an eye on. This could be big trouble for a lot of games that a lot of Americans love to play.
Yeah, absolutely. And hopefully we can figure it out soon, man. I mean, and if not that, we'll find out if Tencent's actually going to buy Ubisoft soon. Like, Assassin's Creed's coming out, man. We're going to find out. Wow.
Is it though? Is it?
Fair enough.
It's been backed up to March 20th now, the second delay,
I think, for
this
year. We'll
Assassin's Creed AC Shadows. But hey, the parkour is a little bit tougher for you now, so we can look forward to that, Greg. I mean, God Almighty,
I'm really excited.
Dove, what's coming up Monday?
Hyperlight Breaker early access game came out, and we're doing an indie spotlight on it.
Yes, you are doing an indie spotlight Monday morning, and for the rest of the time, Hyperlight Breaker, Dove's indie spotlight at Two Hats and a Beard. Now, you put the time in on this game. It went from a struggle to, I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to figure that out. And then you started really digging this game.
Oh, absolutely. It's one of those games you have to put your time into, and it's an indie game that like they're working on, and they've even admitted, looking at their Twitter posting for the first couple days and their updates, they understand they don't have a great onboarding process, which to the layperson just basically means how they teach you how to play the game. Like how to do the play loop, how to figure out where to go and how to get things and how to finish the game. That's essentially needed for some of these more complex roguelike extraction shooters, which is what Hyper Light Breaker is. And they're aware of that, but it's an early access game, and what they have fixed, pretty incredible. The drop rates, they fixed a lot of the settings that PC gamers need access to, like, a little bit with the frame rate access, but not enough for this nerd. But they've done a lot of stuff, updated the gameplay, updated just a number of quality of life things and things they had planned anyway. So it's an early access game, but I love it. I dig it. I think if you were interested in it, you should get it, because you get Hyper Light Drifter, their first game, a retro top-down dungeon crawling type game, and that is fantastic.
Yes,
but
and
it's worth it.
And so on Monday, I would imagine with your indie spotlight on Hyper Light Breaker, you're going to include some helpful tips.
Yeah,
you're going to help with the onboarding process.
Oh, absolutely. I struggled for a long time. Like, I embarrassingly found out stuff today. I was like, oh my God, I can pick that thing up and put it in my backpack. Shit, I've been just going past 100 times. Things I could have been collecting, earning currency, improving my character. I had no idea. I just had to press a button. I wasn't paying attention. I'm not going to let that shit happen to you guys. So watch if you're interested, and I'll keep you updated.
Yeah, pick that shit up, put it in your backpack. That's how Jim Adams does his weekly groceries shopping. Jim Adams from Two Hats and a Beard, producing the Gamer Buff. Get in here, fella.
Hi. Hello.
You're a shoplifter.
Right. Sometimes you got to, cheese whiz.
Well, if you steal a loaf of bread to feed yourself,
hey, Les Miserables, man. So here's the thing. Great show. Super clean. Awesome.
Thank you.
One cool tidbit I did find out for Dove. This Dutch website that's reporting the Switch 2 might be upwards of $500. The administrator of the site, Todd Gack. So I'm just saying, proceed with caution. This guy has like a cheat code to get girls. I think he's kind of sleazy, so be careful. Other than that, though, awesome show.
Todd Gack. Wow, that's What are we doing? That's good.
That's a good pull.
One of the best you've ever done.
Thank you. Let's go back to producing now.
Well, put your cans on.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
you got to put your
Please
cans on.
Don't press any buttons on there.
He was typing like Kramer on Murphy Brown there. Yeah. He's the Gamer Buff, Dove Larson. Like, share, subscribe for more content. Dove's Digital Deep Dive, the Indie Spotlights, Gamer Buff podcast at Two Hats and a Beard. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Appreciate you. We'll do it again in a week. Hey, fellas, game on!
Game on! Is that too loud?
Don't give me the Marvin Harrison treatment. I gotta go do some Bush League show. Yeah, with that faded skid mark of a host, that little scrot hair, real scuzzball. Looks like some sort of goblin man.